Yeah, I just restarted the stream. It's funny, I had to like restart OBS. It wouldn't pick up the mic. I forgot about that. So yeah. Anyway, we were doing this. Um, it's 2 5 is yeah. We were doing stuff like this, stuff like this. So yeah, welcome to Rust by Example 2. Again, I was commenting something in the beginning, and I deleted the video. I'll just add this a bit. Um, there was this interesting comment, and also one that wait. This series has been very cool so far. Well, yeah, thanks. Um, Writing an OS in Rust, yeah, but now I've turned it into a learning Rust. But I didn't really like very interesting to learn a language that you choose for writing an operating system. However, as a developer that wrote two compilers, I found that the language you choose is important for the function it is used for. Yes, in this case, you would have an OS that is very dependent on the behavior of the language processor of Rust. Well, I guess that was the idea of sorts, because I wanted to be a little bit, functional. But again, it's the question of scaling. The question of scaling. Yeah, that's not clear what I said. C and C++ are used because they compile down to machine language. I thought Rust does the same. It can compile down to machine language, placing nothing at higher level of control than the OS itself. Yeah, I thought that the reason we would use Rust because you could scale things in a safer way. I mean, what's the meaning of the word safe, right? Like, it depends what it means to someone. What's safe? My idea was always like, how do you scale really big things when you only think? But even Rust is imperative, right? So when you really scale up, how do you organize things? I mean, that must be hard, right? That's why you need functions. Yeah, I don't know. While it's an interesting project, it will not be a very usable operating system. In fact, there are many reasons Linus wants to pull Rust from the Linux kernel. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I thought Rust is a little bit on the rise with Linux kernel. Yeah, well, thanks for the comment. Yeah, that's very interesting. Um, yeah, so now we are at the debug. Debug, and again, there are all these placeholders, right? So I guess this for me isn't a really a programming tutorial, although it's supposed to be, but I guess it's for people who already know how to program, because it's written really like there isn't much theory behind this, right? But still, a lot of these first, steps are basically these basic forms of abstraction where you have a placeholder. And but this is interesting. What's the difference about this? We were printing stuff out. Let's do print line. And I did this, right? Months in a year. And then you put a comma, right? And you put 12. And if I run this, sh cargo run bin hello, what do I get? 12 months in a year. So why the question mark? The question mark. sh cargo run bin hello. Sh. "12 months in a year." Yeah, what is the reason for this, for the question mark? Printing with is similar to. I see. Is similar to. Yeah, I should read the comments. Yeah, I guess it means instructs to use display. Oh, hi. Instructs to use display trait to format. Uses debug trait, two different interfaces with different purposes. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Still don't know really what it means, but yeah, I get the point. This instructs to use display trait to format, and this uses debug trait. But I don't see it in the print line statement, right? Two different interfaces with different purposes. Print line is the actor's name. Wait a second. Is the actor's name. So if we put this so if we have this Christian Slater is the actor's name. Christian Slater is the actor's name. Christian Slater, actor's name. But I would get the same thing. I would get the same thing if I had no. So what's the difference? One, like Christian Slater is the actor's name. If I, it's 0 and 1. Christian Slater, yes. This is 1 and this is 0. And this is actor's name. Actor. Actors. I see. If I deleted this, I would get actors. What would I get? Christian Slater is the actor's name. I get the same thing. Christian Slater is the actor. I guess I thought it will change something with the actor's name. What possible options could there be with this? Wait a second. What other options? Could there be with these endings? Try putting in one of the arguments. Let's see just what they Rust positional and named arguments. Specify both the position of the argument and give them names. Yeah, here's the breakdown of how it works. These are positional arguments. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, in this Rust example, first we did we would put stuff inside of the position, and now not the position, the placeholder, and now inside of the placeholder we change them a bit. So this will print the value of the second argument, Christian, because it's 1 and this is the 0. Yeah, that's clear. Try putting in, I'll try now, wait. This is a named argument where actors assigns actors to actor. This thing, after each argument, tells us to use the debug format. That's the debug format. I forgot that, you see? Which is often used for quick debugging. When combined, these placeholders will output Christian Slater is the actor's name. I see. Other options with similar syntax. This is for debugging. Oh. Other options with similar syntax. Switching positional arguments. Slater, Christian. Yeah, 0, 1. But you say try putting in one of the arguments, isn't that for a new line? That's for a new line. In one of the arguments and using really, wait, let's take what you said to ChatGPT. Because I was, wait. Try putting dash slash. I don't even know how you call this slash. It's not a slash. It's just an example of how debug may differ from display. If you didn't see a difference. No, I didn't see a difference, yeah. I guess that is the reason why I'm still at it. Because you know why I don't see the difference? Like this. There is no difference between if I have this and this. For regular string literals, it will be the same. That's the point, but it's shown here is the same. If I do this, 12, or even this, it outputs the same. Right, Slater and this. You mean this? Christian Slater is the actor's name. Wait a second. This is the actor's name. Is there a new line? Now try debug. What do you mean now try debug? Yeah, how do you do debug? Now try debug. Ah, you mean now try debug. Okay. Now try debug. But do I delete this? No, add this in the parameter. Oh, yeah. Now keep in, yeah. This and this. Yeah. This. Christian Slater is the actor's name. You modified index 1, not 0. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Okay. So this is the 0 and 1. I think it's like this, right? Slater. No. Yeah, and this is 1. So I'll put this. So Slater. Christian is the actor's name. But why is it green also? Oh, because it's being debugged? Is that the color that is showing? You modified index 1, not 0. So, and if I do it here, it's green. I see. With debug, it prints escape sequences and quotes around the string. Yeah. In display, it's raw output. Oh. Wait, let's try again. Too bad it doesn't have a Emacs cargo run. This is me just preparing to install Emacs. I have to shout its name a couple of times in a few days. Cargo run Christian. Yeah, okay. Just keep and pass args in order. Yeah. But why did you? Yeah. What's the reason I had here this and like if I even had it like this, cargo run bin hello Slater, like why did you put, but even though the color was different, the new line color was different, it was like cyan. Just keep and pass args in order. Yeah. What does it say? First, last. Oh, first, last. Oh, you can do this too. Yeah, of course. First, last. Roll. Last roll. Christian Slater is the combining named arguments with different formats. Last, first. All right, is the roll. Positional arguments specify arguments by their position. Named arguments specify arguments by name. Yeah, formatting specifiers. Yeah, I guess this could be a nice way to introduce someone to programming. You don't need much abstraction for this, right? You just need the placeholder stuff. I could do this with my son. I'm like trying to make up a game for programming for my 4-year-old. So I was thinking of this, doing something like this to practice placeholders, and then maybe I could introduce some of these things into the game, like you change the letter, some of these things like 0 and 1, or like he would have 2 words and he could cut out the last 2 letters from each word and maybe get a new word by combining the first 2 letters of the 2 words. But he would have to do it he would have to do it with these positional arguments to cut out I don't know if that's the right word, to erase the positions, certain number of positions, like fractional decimals. It was an example to show difference in display and debug. So what's the difference of display? What's the difference in display and debug? What's the difference in display and debug? I like sometimes, really. I like a lot what chat says. 2 different traits serving unique display trait is intended for user-facing human readable output. When you use in println, Rust looks for display. Different trait, different implementation for different. 3 different default implementations. Most primitive types have display. Common use cases when you want to show data to an end user in a clear, understandable format. It's almost like when you pass in. It's like in Nix when you pass in, when you get the result, but then if you pass it, then sometimes you parse it like through JSON, so that you get it the attribute sets, so that you get them in a nice way. Yeah, I saw Sylvan does that sometimes when he shows. I guess when he shows it, that will be like using the display for point. What's this? This is too much now for me. To format point as XY in a clean, user-friendly way and debug both the struct name and the field names. Okay. When to use each. Okay. Debug. Structure is printable. What does he say about it?
This will also print out the double quotes versus just providing the asking for the display version.
Of course.
Without the colon will omit the quotes.
So you can just put the colon then. You can, hello, Mr. Haskell. Oh, hi. Well, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, we're looking at the display and debug. So I was just, how are you doing? I was looking, even if you just put the colon, it will print cargo run Ben hello. It will not print the double quotes. I'm sick I hope you feel better soon. I'm sick at home. Good stuff then. Okay. I hope it doesn't print. Wait, he said it prints. Wait, I want to change this.
And just to verify that it's possible to derive things whereby the internal fields are also derived. Let's look at what happens with our second structure here. Deep debug printable will now print as well. Format debug definitely makes this printable, but
Tim
it
is
does
nice,
sacrifice some
right?
elegance. Rust also provides pretty
he's
printing.
nice.
Okay. So, gosh, we're going to introduce some really nasty
so
syntax
excited,
very,
but-
very early on. We've got derive debug, which is what we've already seen, and now a different form of struct that includes something that looks
He's using
slightly
debug.
horrendous.
He's using
A lifetime param.
He's using debug print on actor. What do you mean on the actor's name? Yeah, I thought if you just put the colon it will do something, but no, you would have to like at least write this. Yeah, if you write this, he's using debug print on actor. What do you mean? Yeah, he's using debug print on actor. Was that like a emoji, or are you? No, it's not an emoji.
Which says that this person thing must live as long as the name does. So the name is a reference to some span of bytes that is UTF-8 encoded. That's what lowercase str means. And so that, and the ampersand means that in local scope, we hold some reference to data. Now, the lifetime parameter isn't actually required in recent versions of Rust. Let's actually find out. I would really prefer not to scare people.
Not to scare people. That
okay.
part.
So
okay.
we do require a missing lifetime parameter. Whenever you have a reference inside a struct, Rust becomes very confused. Wow, no, it wants you to be very explicit with what you mean. And we want our person to live at least as long as the data that it is referring to.
Yeah, he's talking about memory. Now. I guess because he's talking about lifetimes. Once you start talking about that, it's about memory.
Let's see if they've got person Peter's
because
27.
Who remembers their lives?
And we eventually will get to this variant here, but I did need to explain what on earth.
But wait a second, I don't want to go too far with this. He's going here now, so FMT debug definitely makes this printable, but sacrifices some elegance. Okay, Rust also provides pretty printing with these. Okay, but what is it? A hashtag, or pound. What do you call it? Derive, debug, struct, person. One can actually implement FMT display to control the display. Wait, if I run this, person named Peter, age 27. Pretty printing. Oh, struct person. But what is it really printing? Oh, this entire thing. Regular debug, fancy debug. How about that? Regular debug, fancy debug. Yeah, but what do you mean? Like if I did this, right? No, I get the same thing. I guess because I only have a string, so it's I don't see the difference. Yeah, because of that. Regular debug, but this is now a lot more. That breaks and indents multi-line things. Oh, indents multi-line things like arrays of structs. Okay. Derive debug. Let's see this struct person. All right. The person, but you see all these little symbols. I understand this, but then what's this? A name, a string. Okay, this is like types, but not real. Okay, these are like primitive types, right? Like the age will be U8. I forgot what's U8. Like a certain. Don't worry about. Yeah, I know, right? This is not really. And this is a string, right? And this is, yeah, struct person. And this is like a type struct. Okay, struct is what? Yeah, struct is unsigned 8-bit. Yeah, unsigned 8-bit, yeah. Unsigned instruct person, and now fn main let name is Peter, age 27. Don't tell him about 8 string types. Don't tell him 8 string. Why not? Why not 8 string types? fn let name is Peter, let age. Yeah, I don't need to or more. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess it's not really. Not for now. Let name is Peter, let age 27. Let Peter is person. Where's the person? Ah, here, name and age. Yeah, okay. And pretty print, everything is resolved by into string. And now you use this, Peter, person name, Peter, age. One can, I guess it will be, I should practice this actually. So we use JS. Let's see, struct person, age, let name, let age, let person, let Peter. This is also a variable now. A Peter, yeah, it's called here print. But this is interesting. So like if I didn't have this, and if I printed it, yeah, it wouldn't work. std_fmt display. Person doesn't implement std_fmt display. You may not use. So that's why you need this. And if I put like this, I see, now it's like this. Person name, Peter, age 27. So if you put like this, true. Oh, interesting. And then this. Running name Peter. Struct person. Struct person. I should type this out. This will probably not really interesting at all. Struct person, but why this A? Yeah, why this A? Why does it have a comma, right? Struct person. Let's call it something different. Let's call it something like me. Struct me and name. And now I'm kind of, I guess I'm quoting it. Name and a string, right? And what age? Let's go do age. And yes, U8. U8. Age U8. All right. And now we're gonna do fn main. One of the things I dislike is the notion of premature abstraction. Rust makes it very enticing to do that. I avoid implementing trait like from just to have less API. Surface. Just regular functions or methods. Really cool. fn main. And we're going to do this. And let name is Domagoy. and let age. Do I put it in quotes? Of course not, because it's a string. 39 and let peer. Let's let Domagoj, right? When I take a string, like I prefer doing emp in string, that's what I'm talking about. Let Domagoj is Domagoj. Person. No, that should be me. Ah, yes. Okay, I see this. No, me. It should be me. Let name, let age, and let me what? Name, age. Name and age, right? Name and age, and that's I guess a job. I could even add stuff here. A job, like let's say teacher. No, I shouldn't write the teacher. If I want to add one, do I add like this again? String. No string, but I should add the comma here. Name, age, job. Maybe like also likes. Likes. Will this work? A string. Oh, look at this. Oh, nice. Okay. String. So let name, age, job. Let's just do likes. Likes. Right? So we're gonna do let job. Let job is what? Guitar teacher. Guitar teacher, let likes. Let likes is what? Twitch. Twitching. Twitching. Imagine you walk into a barber shop. You're just gonna get naked to let him shave all your hair. I don't think the user needs to care about the memory my function is processing. Should be opaque if they use a function I have. Wow, that's interesting. Twitching, job, and likes. All right. And we did this, right? And now we're gonna pretty print it. Pretty print. What are we gonna do? Print line, of course. Print line. And yes. And now we're gonna open up here and the comma. Yes, the comma, the hash, and the question mark. I hope it's not too degenerate of a take low. Well, it's kind of, no, it's not. I don't know. What would be the word? Yeah, I forgot. Peter. So, but Peter is, no, that's a person. Peter. Peter. Let Domagoj. Me, name, age, job, likes. So that would be Domagoj then, right? Right. Let's delete all this. Actor struck me. Consider adding fn main. Wait, I don't need this. Maybe now I have a mistake here. Yeah, pretty print. I don't like type. Masturbation. Held a message for reason, sex-based terms. Allow it. Type master. Oh, nice. You wrote, but allow it or post it into chat. Type. I tried using. Your message has been held for review by Automod. You have written, I'm not smart. I don't like type masturbation. So now it's in the chat. It's not in the chat. I will deny it. But added blocked term master. But it's written here. Is it really written? Oh, I was wondering what will happen if I block it. But it actually spelled it out. Can you see it in the chat? Held a message. You blocked the term. Held a message for using channel block terms. Allow it to post it in the chat. You added it as a banned term. Oh, really? And if I do now allow it, now it's not. Yeah, masturbation. Now you will have to allow it manually. Yeah. Well, I just allowed it. Yeah. So every time when someone says it, all right. Yeah. Will this thing work now? Wait. fn main. I need the struct. Oh, I deleted the struct. Wait, I just lost my fn main. No, the name. Oh, I deleted this. Let name derive debug. Yeah, I derive debug. Derive debug. Right, derive debug and struct. Well, not me actually. It is good name. Struct person. Struct person. This. Oh, Helix. This is what I don't like about it. Look at this. Oh. They said it will. They will actually fix this. Okay, struct person name. We have a name, and then we're gonna have this a string. It's shown different here. Now it's red here. Age U8. Ah, I don't put the U8. I see their API. So if we print let Doma go in, no, it's the same here, right? Person job likes. There's an error here. Job and likes. Ah, because I don't have it here, right? Age, we had job, a string, and likes. We also gonna put this a string. We don't need a comma for the last one, I guess, right? No, let's try without the comma. It added the comma. Do I need the comma for the last one? Derive debug person. Why do I have these? Will this work? No such command. Cargo run bin hello. What do you mean no such command? Oh yeah, sh. Oh, it works. Name, age, job, and likes. All right. Well, that's cool. Struct person. This is nice. I guess this would be like the second level if you want to learn programming. Like first you do the placeholders, and then you play around with changing the parts of the placeholder. And then you do simple structs with name, age, job, likes, person, fn main, let age. Yeah, this is cool. All right. Pretty print. One can manually implement FMT display to control the display. The GUI framework Cosmic Desktop eyes. Oh, I heard about that. Has anyone tried that desktop? Is that, can you try it out? Attributes. See also attributes derive struct. Let's see struct. Struct seems. There are 3 types of structures that can be created using the struct tuple. Oh, these are, I know tuples from Haskell. You can, it's very early, yeah. I think you can even download it on actually Nixos, right? I think Nixos. You know, I changed to Nixfern. I don't know if you, yeah, I think you know that, yeah. I went back to Nix. I think there's Cosmic. What's the name? Terminal. Look at this. There's a yeah. I told you yesterday. Yeah. Cosmic Store. There is Cosmic Desktop. Cosmic Desktop. I want to try Nix, but I don't have time. Yeah, then don't try. Then don't try. Too much learning. Yes, don't do it. You know, it's true. Like someone said, if I get what it does. Yeah, I get what it does. I'm a run-of-the-mill Arch user compared to this Nix Fox. Arch, I was there for like, you know, many years. Configs on configs is too much. Yeah. But it's not that much. Like, look at this. Like, look. Like, if I show you, wait a second, let's see, Nixos configuration. That's it. You know, this is nothing. Like, this is the default just. You know, I have GNOME here. And it's installed by, you know, default. You don't really, okay, I did change this. This was a hell to change. This, I had no idea. Look, I even installed this. You know why? Just to remap my keys. I had no idea how to remap keys because I couldn't use statics KB map. Just for this, don't install Nixos. But everything else is, yeah, everything else is not bad. Everything else is fine. And here I declared Helix. Look, I just enabled it, and which is nice. You can, I don't have like a TOML file. It's just here as Nix. What if you want to put a custom UDEF rule depending on GPU? Yeah, I guess you could do it. Not sure. I mean, UDEV rules. I guess you could look at it here in NixOS options, you know. You could see this UDEV enable, enable. And then if you declare, look at this, declared in UDEV Nix, and then you go into UDEV Nix, and you can actually see, you have to know a bit how to read the modules, but UDEV, extra UDEV rules. You see this? Extra UDEV rules, config extra rules. I think this is an old way how they did, because you could actually write here the rules themselves. Maybe it's like that. I've never, I never, you're making a config file for a config file. Yeah, but it's like all one config file. UDEV rules for, look at this. Is this what you were looking for? Prefer local build, allow substitutes, packages. Add the UDEV rules from other packages. Fix some paths. It's just not clear when you read it like this. This looks like a mess, yeah. But you wouldn't have to actually write like this. This is how it's written in the modules. Yeah, I don't know much about that. I don't know about that. UDEV rules, UDEV packages. Yeah. I have two UDEV rules at the moment. Setting AMD power profile currently disabled because I use a script with sysctl now. The other is uinput for virtual devices. Yeah, you could set that in Nixos, but yeah, you're right. You would have to know. I don't know. Like now, I would have to, Google it or like something. But first, I would look at this site. Yeah, the NixOS options. I don't know if Sylvain did some of the our UDEV. How to create files in the UDEV rules directory. You have to know multiple configs. Using services UDEV packages. UDEV rules for VIA. Under Nixos. Nixhour. Difficulties with monitor hotplug. Writing UDEV rules. 2015. Creating a custom UDEV rule. You see this. Packages. Source, don't build, install phase. Yeah, but some of the things you can look at this. Yeah, that's the problem sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll get back to the. You have to know multiple configs. Yeah. So I don't really have a complicated config now. I used to have, but and then now I don't. But Rust by example. All right.
Peter was doing. Sorry, what on earth? This syntax was. These names can be anything you want. We could, but by convention, they are just given single letter names.
That's a convention.
Often just A. It's slightly unfortunate, but it's saying that that person must live as the person variable. The person data must live as long as everything that it refers to. Now, you can see here they've got nice white space, so it's nice and readable. If I omit the hash,
if you omit
or the pound sign, I think is what Americans call it, and run print, everything we printed out on one line. If I put in the hash, then
Who, me? Where I'm from?
Get the white space. If you, again, and
because
this comment here is one can implement display to control the output. So the format display gives you complete control over exactly how you want things to be implemented. So does debug strictly, except that debug will it's semantically different, even though like the intent is different, even though what it ends up doing is just converting your type into a string.
So is it like in Haskell, right? I mean, you don't have the. I guess it's different. This idea of a lifetime here is just. It's immutable, but you have a lifetime. In that sense, it's immutable, right? Because there is a lifetime. It's just like a different way how to see it if you want to really look at it through the memory. So you have to look at it as a lifetime of sorts. And the lifetime, it says, is, as he said, like it will last. In Haskell, memory is a free resource. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, but I mean like there you have a function and it's let's say it's immutable, right? Lifetime means the thing will. What Office suite do you use? I don't use. I use I don't use. No, actually I use Google Docs. A lifetime means the thing will remain valid for that named duration. Yeah. That's the lifetime. So in a sense, is immutable until it dies. Right? That's the idea of a lifetime, I guess. Lifetime. How do people not use Office? I don't. Why not? I don't know. Hardly. I have to use Google Docs just because of a job or stuff like that. And it's easy to export. You can have mutable reference with a lifetime. It's not related. Oh, I see. A mutable reference with a lifetime. Yeah, of course, but oh, I see. But the immutability, I think it's it's the idea of like a lifetime. Does C have something like a lifetime, right? No. Only one mutable reference can exist at once. That's the only goal of the borrow checker. Wow. Oh, Rust, it's how long we can guarantee you. Of course, to prevent race condition. How long we can guarantee you won't be shot. Well, that's good. C does have lifetimes, but you keep them in your head. Yes, that's what I mean. It does have lifetimes, but you keep them in your head. And here, they're declared. Well, that's good, I guess. That's good, I guess. Well, that's nice. I mean, I like the idea of lifetimes because things die also. Rust does reject valid code, so it's not all great. It does reject valid code. But what do you mean it does reject valid code? Of course but you mean like in connection with lifetimes? Yeah.
But for a different way. Aha! So now let's talk about display. How are we doing for time? We are kind of there, kind of on par. We're not really. And the format display hardly looks compact and clean, so it's often advantageous to customize the output. This is done by manually implementing format display, which implements these curly.
You can write totally safe code, but it doesn't pass the borrow checker. It over restricts the rules. But why does it restrict it? You mean because of like a problem that would happen if it scales or something? Yeah, I don't know.
Braces, print markers, variable substitution might be another way to do it. Implementing it looks like this. Now, what on earth? Now, what does it look like? Huh? Let's what it looks like. Allow me to just delete a whole bunch of stuff. I'll run this maybe. Oh, what have I done? My computer is freezing, which isn't useful.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh gosh.
Wait, what did he?
I'm glitching in the matrix.
He's glitching. Okay, he's going.
Ah, it's trying to print.
He's here in the display. You stepped on your computer.
I'm a little bit worried.
Me all the time.
Have I not?
I stepped on mine once and it has a dent. Oh my god. The sound will not work. The hardly looks compact and clean debug, so it's often advantageous to customize the output appearance. This is done by manually implementing FMT display, which uses the print marker. Implementing it looks like this. So this talks about mixing debug and display. I overcame the borrow checker after 1 year of rusting. Import via use the FMT module to make it available. Use this TDFM. So if I run this, what do I get? No output. Import via use. Define a structure to which FMT display will be implemented. This is a tuple struct, name structure that contains an I32. So a tuple is like a hash map, right? If you have a list of tuples, that's a hash map. To use marker, the trait FMT display must be implemented manually for the type. Implement FMT display for structure. This trait requires FMT with this exact signature. FN FMT self. Look at the self here. Self, that's like in Nix. That's like in Nix there is self and where, what's the name? Self and final. FMT writes strictly the first element into the supply and output stream, returns. Yeah, I don't know what this means. This is like whole another level. They're smart, I'm not.
Not even got past Hello World? Oh, God.
What will Tim say?
Format display. Okay, we're back at display. That's useful. Now, I want to run this code block. And I'm immediately... okay. Right, so there's no main function in here.
Yeah, because no
so
output.
It got a bit confused with what I was trying to do. Okay, right. So one of the limitations of Rust by example apparently is that when it's, well, actually MD book, the software that is rendering the
MD
HTML,
book,
is that when there is a code block sample that doesn't have a main function, it doesn't seem like you can actually go and edit things as easily. Okay. Gosh. So we're talking about a trait here called display, and we want to be able to implement format display for our structure, which we've defined earlier up. Now, format display has one required method, FMT, short for format. And all it asks you to do is to write to this formatter object. The formatter is some relatively opaque type that you don't often need to go and inspect internally, because you can typically just invoke another macro, write, which takes as an argument a formatter or something that is able to be written to with the same syntax. So we could change this to, say, for example, we wanted to say whatever we wanted, we could put into that format string and it would, quote, just work.
Fascinating. I have no idea what he just said.
Okay. Format display may be cleaner than format debug, but it presents a problem for the standard library. How should ambiguous types be?
Am I supposed to understand this? At least a little bit? To use the marker used... I'll have to go to my friend here. Explain. I don't get it. Ask what you don't understand. Well, nothing from what he's wrote here. We're better than GPTs. No, that's good, but the GPT, you know what I like? I like about it because it just gives. All took our jobs. It just gives a lot of context. This code is showing how to implement the FMT display, and then you can, I guess would be better for you guys because I would have like too many questions, So I think this is the best GPT. I have real guys here real guys here who know what they're saying, and I have the GPT. So this is the perfect, and I'm on Twitch. This is the best way to learn, These days, this is the best way to learn programming. I thought I would have to pay for this, to have you and ChatGPT, right? And Twitch. And I'm not paying for it. I'm paying for GPT. This code is showing how to implement the FMT display trait for... You see, because you said, ask what you don't understand. Yeah, but I understand a thing what he said. But I'm not sure if I am supposed to understand. How much am I supposed to understand from this code, right? It's just this code is showing. Do you know what trade is? Yeah and no. I mean, trade is some like a interface or like a type class. But we were talking about this last time. Fern was saying to me. Yeah, it's like a set of types, I guess. A set of types, or like a collection of types, I guess. That would be a trait, as far as I understand. But maybe that's not the full meaning. Like trait is something else. I said types exist, traits do things. Yes, so that's the difference. Yes, the trait has some kind of a movement thing in itself. This code is showing how to implement the FMT display. But FMT display is a type, right? Like when I see this, I see types. List of methods that need to be implemented for some type T. I see. Traits add functionality to types. Oh, well that's nice. So the FMT display trait for a custom struct. So FMT display trait belongs to trait for custom struct in Rust so that it can be formatted and print line and other formatting macros. Let's go through each part to clarify. So importing the FMT module. All right, FMT is the module, my FMT module available in scope. Okay, defining a struct, name structure. Define a struct. This is a tuple struct. A tuple struct. What makes it a tuple? Because of the parentheses? Is it like this? Like being able to compare with partial ec or string output with display, etc. No named parameters. What do you mean no named parameters? No named fields, tuple struct. I thought like tuple struct is like A and B, right? Is that a tuple? They're named 0, 1, 2. Here we define a struct, name structure. This is a tuple struct with a single field of type I32. Structure foo I32 is named. Is a tuple struct. This struct is simple, containing just one value. Wait, it's a tuple with one value. How can you have a one value, which we want to print using imprintln, implementing FMT display? So a tuple. How does a tuple have one value? Wait, maybe I'm now completely confused. Yeah, implementing FMT display for structure. Implementing FMT display for structure. I like that there are no loops here still. That's nice. That's kind of nice. Implement FMT display for structure. Although I see 4 here. This is a function. So wait, this is a function that these are the parameters, and this is the output type. Iterator enjoyers. Nice. That could be like a nickname. This is the output type, and this is the body of the function. What the function does, right? Yeah, I like this this type of, wait, let's break down this implementation. Implement FMT display for structure. This line indicates that we are implementing the FMT display trait for the structure type. By doing this, we're telling Rust how structure should be formatted when curly braces. Placeholder, is this a placeholder, is used with fn mut. There's a mutable. This is mutable, right? FMT. So the FMT method is required by the FMT display trait and must be defined. Curlies are placeholders. trait and must be defined with its exact signature. Here's what each part does. Self, okay, a reference to the instance of structure that we want to format. That's clear. A mutable reference to a formatter, which is responsible for handling the output stream where the formatted text will be written. And it's mutable because it's the output text. FMT formatter. But this also, there is one colon and two colons. This, there. So there are three parts to this. FMT resolve the return type of the function, which indicates if formatting was successful. And write is similar to print line, but it writes output to the provided formatter rather than directly to the console. It's similar, but it writes directly to the console. Specifies the formatting style, and self accesses the first field of the structure tuple. Yeah, summary. By implementing FMT display with this FMT method, we enable the structure to be printed. You can now do the following. So we implement. So this is the implementation, and then you use it. You use the struct for something. The value of S is 3. Structure 3. Oh, this whole thing was implementing FMT display for structure. Wait, we implement how we want it to be printed. So again, we are at that thing, how you print what you want to print. Yeah, I would like, this would look complicated, like someone who never programmed. Like, how would you even, this would not be a good tutorial, I guess. Or maybe it would, but this is a lot. This is a lot. Although it's interesting in a sense, FN main let S structure. Rust is a system level language, so it's kind of fair. So that's the reason, right? You have to be, yeah, if this was done in like Python, it would not even be, yeah, it would be too simple. I mean, it would be very simple to do all these things, I guess. I mean, it would be more something that you would come up in your mind, like I would have this tuple and I would print it out like that. FN main. But I'm curious about something. He has written an example how it works. So if I wanna try this out, there is no input here. Oh, now it will be used? No, there's a min-max algorithm now. Is this min-max? No, that's not a min-max. No, is that min-max? Wait a second. Maybe I'm not. The min-max algorithm. Wait, so we have, there is no main function here, but then I could write the main function. How would you practice this? You know, I don't, like, I could read this and move on, but I don't, that's kind of the way, like, I play guitar, right? I'm a professional guitar player, so yeah. But as a guitar player, right, your hands, like, you know, like with my mind, okay, you understand something, you read something, I get it. But the fingers, they're really slow in the sense, the muscles, they need to, and the nerves, you need to like stay with someone. If like I meet you and you're nice and everything, and then we have to spend together a couple of months, and then I know you. So I guess the point is, do I like drop this now, or do I go like copy this out? You said to copy and paste. Oh wait, copy paste. But okay. Hello. You see, wait. X. Could delete this, yeah. Could delete this and What is this? Macro rules? What did I do? Import std fmt. No, this is Helix. So if I are there what's this structure? So if I cargo run ben hello, it wouldn't consider adding a main. Is there something like in Haskell there is something like you could just, so that it compiles, you do like main undefined, right? You do something like main fn main undefined. Is there something like that? And then it just runs, it compiles. No, of course you can't do that. No, fn main, is it like this? Yeah, I guess you could do it like that. Yeah, it compiles. Struct is never constructed. Struct structure, note warn dead code on by default. Rust by example. All right, there's a warning. All right. So use standard FMT, display structure, format here, write node. Okay. And so what did write ChatGPT here? That was interesting. Implementing it. So with this implementation, you can now do the following. fn main. So let's just try this. Fn main. So we're gonna let s is structure, but it should be a structure. So with the capital letters are structs. Wait, there must be some kind of a capital letter, expected semicolon. Like, you know, like types are written with a capital letter or not. 3. Let's try this. Print line the value of s. Well, now we have again the value of s is, and now we have a placeholder and s. So if we do now cargo run ben hello, the value of s is 3. You can put s inside the identifiers are allowed to be directly in. Oh, what did you mean by this? You mean like this? No, the value of s is s? No. What do you mean? You can put the s inside the... I didn't understand this. No, it's just this. Ah, Helix. Yeah, I'll again, I will install Emacs. The value of s is 3. So identifiers, this is an identifier, are allowed to be directly in. The value of s is s. But wait a second, what can I do with it now? Now I have to play around with it. The structure, the value of s is, it works now, because how to format structure displaying its inner value 3 without implementing FMT display. Using placeholder with structure in print line would result in a compilation error. So, okay, as far as I understanding, this tutorial starts with placeholders, right? You do the, and I guess as you say, because it's so low level. So you basically start with introducing placeholders. And then you introduce kind of manipulating the placeholders. Like the terms that go inside your placeholders. Is Rust your first language? I don't know. It's not, I'm not sure what to say. Placeholders are not a big, no, yeah, of course, they're not a big deal. I'm just saying, it's not my, it's just syntax inside the format is string literals. Yeah, it's just syntax, but for someone who is learning a language, like this is how you would start, right? No, because at the same time, I'm trying to come up with a programming game for my 4-year-old son. So I'm kind of talking out loud also, stuff like this. And I think it's interesting that like the most basic level of abstraction would be just to put something in a holder. And no, Rust is not my first language, or it is, because I've been trying to learn Haskell for like 7 years. I'm serious. I've never programmed in it so much. Not really. I would just read about it and read and try to, mentally process the code. And then I ended up doing, categories a couple times. So it's a big mess, and also because I don't work in IT, I tend to dive into some, rabbit holes. And then I did Lisp also. But I did a little bit of Lisp and also Nix now for, a couple of years. Trying to make something is the best way to gain skill. Yes, that's what actually Nix helped me. It doesn't work, no. But it doesn't work. It's hard. You're right. On some level, it helps maybe to organize your thoughts. But you don't get the thrill or the resolution when you finally build something. That's nice, even when it's something really simple. Otherwise, it feels like you just run in circles. And I guess that was my problem, because I've been doing this hobby for 15 years, 20 years, and some of the people know a lot, and they're doing just this for, a couple of years. So it's kind of interesting. And then I spent a couple of years, I don't know, it's just, yeah. Fn main, let s structure, print line, the value. Since you've been here giving tips, how would I start learning Golang, any coding language? Yeah, let s structure, print the value of s is, what are we trying to do now? This works. Format structure. Let structure format here. What was I trying to do now with this? But how do I change the structure a bit? For me, it was games. Yeah, pick something. That's fine. Pick something. Games are a fun way, yeah. Main, let structure. But how would we change this? How would we change this a bit? And I'm not sure what's the word. How would we change this a bit so that I can see how it works? I'm curious about let structure. Let's make a few modifications. Modify example. Yeah, this will be the second step. The value of SR. But wait a second. So you mean if I put here like a 7, expected 1 argument, found 2. You would have to change it completely here. I see. Wow. I see. If I wanted to, the value of s is 3 and 7. Write f. Write strictly the first element into the supplied output stream. F returns fmt result, which indicates whether the operation succeeded or failed. Note that write uses syntax which is very similar to print line. F self 0, self 1. So we have to do self 0, self 1. And here you will have to put like this. Oh. But this won't work, right? F self 0, self 1. Yeah. What language would you suggest to start? I32. And here in the structure, but where would you use this example that we're doing here? I32. Where would you use this? Like now we have like two sh cargo run then hello. The value of s is 3 and 7. Like where would this be used? Where would this be used? For me, it was C# with Unity to make games. Later on C++ and Rust. Whenever you need a custom user-friendly output for your types, especially when presenting information to end users or logging in a clean readable format. Logging and debugging. Can make logs more understandable. Strict representing a configuration or state. Custom formatting can make output more concise and informative. Struct, config, host, port. Oh, I see. But that's nice. Struct, implement, display. Server running at localhost 8080. Printing complex data structures for struct set or enums that contain multiple fields. A custom display implementation allows you to control how those fields are presented. There's a good book on command line apps and Rust. I don't know. Have you guys know that? I think it's from Clark, whatever. Command line Rust. Command line Rust. Maybe you could start with Rustlings. I really like this because the series began, building an operating system. And then I went to learn Rust by example. And now I'm going to step back even more. Maybe you could try with Rustlings. And then I will do Rustlings. And then I'm going to step back and do like, how do you turn on the computer? Rust is a command line applications. This book, yeah. I haven't read this book though. I saw it, but maybe you could try this. Command line Rust, a project-based primer for running Rust CLI. Yes, what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should maybe better do Rustlings first? Although it's fun to do this also, but it's a bit, maybe it's, I think if I go through it, look this, now it becomes pretty. The examples are maybe because Rust by example, I guess. Did you do the Rust book? No, I didn't do the Rust book. I think it's end-to-end language explanation. Can I read it online, preferably for free? Oh no, that command line Rust is not free. Did you do the Rust book? No, I didn't do the Rust book. And Rustlings is progressive. I think it's end-to-end language explanation. So maybe I will, you're right guys, maybe I will change to, how long am I doing this? Wait a second. Hour 24. Rust stable book. Yeah, I'm familiar with the book. Maybe I should do the book. Now I do the book. Maybe I should do the book, right? Who Rust is for. Companies. How to use this book. How long is this book? It explains everything language has mostly at the surface level. But you know what, the thing what I like I would like to go through also structure and interpretation of computer languages. That's an old book I kind of started many times. and I was having a blast just working out the problems in code. Yeah, I like those kinds of books. Like some of the Lisp books are really fun. I always liked, Lisp books. Or the book the book I really liked, the first book that I really liked. This book is great. Introduction to Symbolic Computation, Lisp. This book. Gentle Introduction to Symbolic. I love this book. I read this book up to half, I think. Common Lisp. This is a great book. I like books like these, like Cons and Cons. It's a really nice book. It starts really from the basics. But yeah, so I was wondering, is the Rust book like, I guess it doesn't just go over the language itself, but it's, wait, Rustlinks. Small exercises to get you used to reading and writing Rust code. I guess I will have to try this. So after doing Rust by example, maybe I'll switch to Rustlinks. What do you guys think? Phlegma, what do you think? You were the one who told me to do Rust by example. No, I think that's do the book first. So not the Rustlinks. I should do the book first. Cargo install, then practical parts. I see. So Rustlinks are really practical. The Rust programming, how big is the book? Is it like huge? Book will show off what language has. Yeah, this is the thing, but I like to build something while I'm learning the language, because my motivation and understanding is kind of yeah, you see, when you say the book will show of what the language has, it says to use the book hand in hand with Rustlinks. I use the book hand in hand with the Rustlinks on the GitHub for Rustlinks. Our general recommendation, but any editor, what is this? While working with Rustlinks, use a modern terminal doing exercises. Most exercises contain an error that keeps them from compiling. Yeah, I should do the book. After initiation, scroll up. Scroll up. Is it that up or down? Contains small exercises. It is recommended. It's this thing. Wait, I can use now my Zoom. It is recommended, I just want to use the Zoom. It is recommended to do the Rustlink exercises in parallel to reading the official Rust book, the most comprehensive resource. I see that you might find helpful the official Rust book. So, all right, then I'll just do the Rust book, right? Wait a second, want a more interactive learning experience? Yeah, I saw this. Try out different version of the Rust book featuring quizzes, highlighting, visualization, and more. Let's just open it newly. Rustlinks make you consult the book for solve code errors. All right. So what? I just started the Rust programming book. Okay, Rust language is fundamentally about empowerment. I should read the my cats. Rust empowers you to reach. There is a certain kind of, I don't know, maybe because also Lisp has that kind of, it's not a selling kind of a language, but it really, it's not a selling. They use a different kind of words. They tell you like what Rust will do for you. It's interesting how they sell the language. Traditionally, the realm of programming is seen as arcane, accessible and to select few, even those who practice it with caution lest their code too open to exploits, crashes, or corruptions. Rust breaks down the barriers. The first few pages are just selling the language and telling you how to install it. Right. The book fully embraces the potential of Rust to empower. I see they like this word empower. Empower the users. I like that word too, because it's about you. You know, it's not like someone gives you something. I mean, it gives you the way, it gives you the freedom, I guess, or the teaching, and then you can have your own power with it. That's a really good word. They use this. That's a really good. I think it's the best word here in the whole first page. That's why this edition is the same. No starch. Yeah. Welcome. Who is it for? Teams, students, companies, people who value speed, stability, how to use it. Chapter 5 discusses monads. No, structs and methods. In chapter 7 you will learn about monad. No, I'm just joking, sorry. Chapter 18 is a reference on patterns and pattern matching. It's funny, like, that's one of the first things. Oh, my son just woke up. Oh, hi. My son, so I will have to stop the stream, but I will continue with the Rust book. My son just woke up. Hi. Look, as you can see, he's 4. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks really for dropping by.